Another Georgia coach on challenges with Vanderbilt, and Tennessee gets ready for Bama. This is the fastest 30 minutes in football.
Today's show is being brought to you by the Southeast Nissan dealers, Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, and Volvo Cars of Marietta. Welcome to football's Play to Win with Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Fantasy Football League Master Adam Brown, Game Analysis with Nikki Williams, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Ed Schechter, Medical and Injury Update with Dr. Andrew Lalage, and your host, Atlanta sports legend Bob Neal. Today's SEC College Report is being brought to you by the Southeast Nissan dealers. Choose Nissan.com.
All right, welcome to the show. By the way, Kirby Smart, once again, another Georgia coach who says, be wary of Vanderbilt.
We need a great turnout for this game. Our players need your support. We need a great environment. We're playing a very well-coached Vanderbilt team. It's very disciplined, executes very well. Watching them offensively, they have a lot of similarities to our offense, and they do a really good job of being physical.
All right, Chuck, what's the biggest question mark for Georgia?
Who's going to step up at wide receiver to help Jacob Eason make some plays? Number one, Georgia hasn't had a receiver step up besides Isaiah McKenzie. The number one thing for this young quarterback to develop, they got the running game. Yeah. Somebody has to step up at wide receiver and make some catches.
All right, we'll see. We know Georgia's got talent, so somebody will. Let's take a look, by the way, at the SEC conference schedule for Week 7. And as we go to that, my question for you, again, is can the Vols break the 9-game losing streak?
I'll say yes, and the reason why, Alvin Kamara. I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah, okay.
Stepped up last week and made a lot of money at running back versus Texas A&M, number 6 to running back. Here's a storyline, though. He played for Bama, transferred to Tennessee. They're going to try to run the ball and take some of the pressure off of the quarterback at Tennessee, Dobbs, and that's going to be the key, to run the ball with Alvin Kamara and take pressure off of Dobbs.
Let's go to the other side of the ball. Bama, keys for them.
Well, he talked about pressure. It's going to be a pressure cooker for Dobbs and that running back core.
We'll see.
So you'll see a bulldozer effect from that Alabama defensive front. They're going to run right through that soft, raggedy offensive line of Tennessee.
Whoa.
Okay.
All right.
They're going to run right through the softness of Tennessee's offensive line.
All right, I feel a lot of love in the room. Nikki, let's take a look at Bama's remaining schedule.
Remaining schedule is looking kind of squirrely, though, for Bama. It's a little squirrely. They've got Tennessee at LSU, Mississippi State, and then wrapping it up with an improving Auburn with a freshman quarterback. So I'm just wondering, can they plow through this gauntlet?
All right, now I want to go to Jeffrey and get what you think about Tennessee. What are they going to do?
If Tennessee can avoid being down 21-0 at the half, I think they could give Bama a game. If the second half Tennessee's team shows up, take the 12 with Tennessee.
And cry. Just remember the cry. And that's our SEC report.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by the Georgia Lottery, where every jackpot is a good jackpot.
All right, games around the country down at the bottom, Ohio State and Wisconsin, which leads me to ask you, Bob Whitfield, I know you like J.T. Barrett.
Definitely, Bob, and he's taking a long road to get where he's at. He had to play behind Cardell Lake, who won the national championship, and also another quarterback in Braxton Miller, and now this is his team. He's the senior member on the squad, and J.T. Barrett is looking to get a national title of his own.
Okay, here's your question. Is Wisconsin for real?
Well, Wisconsin is for real. They're the number 6 defense in America, but here's the problem. Ohio State's offense averaged 53 points a game. It's where the rubber meets the road, Bob. This is a Wisconsin defense that can get after it.
This sounds like a good game.
It's going to be a good game.
I wonder who Jeffrey's picking.
It might not be such a good game.
You don't think so?
This is like a snail chasing a cheetah. Once Ohio State gets ahead of them, that's going to be the end of it. Give the 10. I hate giving those kind of points on the road, but there's no way Wisconsin can play with them.
A snail chasing a cheetah. Okay, that sounds like my high school football career, and I was not the cheetah. Okay, how good can the Falcons be? And we're going to answer that when we come right back on Football's Play to Win.
Change has never been more powerful. We're rolling out our capable new lineup during Nissan's Year of the Truck and SUV event. The all-new Armada and Pathfinder, plus the award-winning Murano and our best-selling Rogue with intuitive all-wheel drive. Take on any terrain. Get to Nissan now for big savings, like 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models, or save up to $2,000 on Rogue.
None shall stand against King Aragorn, ruler of the 12 realms!
The throne will not be yours anymore.
And who will take it from me?
It will be taken by fire.
This goat is not a myth. He cooks my meat!
Your hooves will lead your people.
Never.
Your goat is no dragon.
Your dragon is no goat.
Be the king of your castle. Win up to $100,000 300 times a day playing Keno.
Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. The east and the west are mine. The north and the south are mine. All seems beautiful to me.
Lease the all-new 2017 Volvo S90 for only $499 per month at Volvo Cars of Marietta.
Look at this steak, just sitting there, taunting you. What's worse, it's not alone. It comes with this, or this too. Are you gonna do something about it? If not, good luck sleeping tonight. You can't fake steak. Longhorn Steakhouse. Tonight's special, great steak pairings. A center-cut sirloin with a choice of bacon-wrapped shrimp, baby back ribs, or Parmesan-crusted chicken. Only at Longhorn Steakhouse.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Always the best deal, always.
All right, time to talk a little National Football League now. And I want to go to Bob Whitfield. What do you say is your biggest storyline?
My biggest storyline, Bob, surprise, Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. Chuck remembers this. That's who we played back when we got to the Super Bowl. And what you're seeing now is the Falcons 4-1, Minnesota 5-0. You might see the same thing again. Falcons versus Minnesota.
Okay.
All right, how about your biggest storyline?
My biggest storyline is Tom Brady is back.
Yeah.
And he came back and he was already in first place. 4-1. He comes right back out and dismantles Cleveland.
Exactly.
Tom Brady, 4-1. Gonna roll.
Okay, comes right back and he's in first place. Jeffrey, game to watch.
To me, Dallas and Green Bay. Dallas is playing great. Prescott is terrific. They should be 5-0. Green Bay's 3-0, and they're not looking so good. So I think that's a good game to watch, and we'll find out how good Dallas is.
All right, Falcons and Seahawks went to Dan Quinn to find out what he thinks is the biggest difference in last year in this.
The answer is that it's a different outfit, and I recognize where you're going with it, but it is a different group. We are a mentally tougher group than we were, and we have a real ability to understand how we have to reset to get ready to go right back to that process. So that's what's different, from last year to this year.
All right, Bob Whitfield, your thoughts on that Falcons offense?
Well, we know about the big three, Bob. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and that running back Devontae Freeman.
Yeah.
But there's another three guys in Jacob Tamme, Coleman, the other running back, and Sanu, who's been eating up some yards and making the Falcons offense one of the best offenses in the league so far.
I know you're liking Vic Beasley.
I love Vic Beasley, Bob. I think he's finally got his groove. You got to think about the expectation that was put on him last year. He was leaving practice at 4 p.m. and then going to sit with his dying father until 8 p.m. Now, unfortunately, his father did pass away in April, but now I'm wondering if he's just been able to finally put all of that tragedy behind him and just surge ahead. I hope he can keep the momentum going. I'm very excited about Vic Beasley.
And lock in on the football to move ahead.
She said it last year, but go ahead.
You were just mad because he almost broke your sack record.
All right, my question for you is the Seattle defense, get along, children, the Seattle defense vulnerable?
Yeah, I say they are, Bob, because let me tell you why. In the secondary, they've been struggling. They've been struggling to play cover one, man-to-man with Richard Sherman on anyone. He's their guy. It's going to be interesting to watch this week. Do they play cover two, which is a zone? Richard Sherman won't be playing Julio Jones man-to-man, chasing him all over the field. Or do they play man-to-man where Richard Sherman is responsible for Julio Jones? That's something to watch.
Okay, Nikki, buzz around the league.
Yeah, well, how about we'll start off with Cam Newton just casually riding through uptown Charlotte with no helmet on a scooter while he's in concussion protocol. What are you doing, Cam? Sometimes they say TV is too much brain stimulation if you're on concussion protocol. He obviously doesn't care, but everyone cares right now about Kaepernick. He's back dominating the headlines, but now it's not for protest. It's because he's finally getting to start. He's going to actually have to play football now. Can you imagine that?
He's going to ball. I think he's going to be good.
There's a sliver of a chance that 2012 Kaepernick comes back.
All right, I want to ask both you guys what you think about Kaepernick starting, but I want to ask you first, Bob.
Well, once he gets that afro underneath that helmet, he is a veteran quarterback. He knows how to play. And I spent some time out with the 49ers with Kaepernick, and he's a winner. And I think he's going to get off that knee, play a good game, and then hopefully he can put them out their misery early and kneel down for a victory.
I'm ecstatic he's back. More sacks for my guys.
Yeah.
He loves to get sacked.
He loves to get sacked.
We're glad Cap's back. Matter of fact, Cam's back too. Oh, yeah, more sacks for us this week.
It's raw meat.
They love to get hit.
Raw
love
meat.
to get hit.
Yeah, exactly. They love it.
Cam's
Exactly.
not gonna feel it 'cause of his afro.
All right, when we come back, the afro is a big protection item. We come back, we're going to talk about a checklist for a struggling quarterback. Stay with us.
It's Landmark's Ram Power Days Plus. We're giving you more than anyone, 500 Rams, 500 powerful deals. Plus, we're the exclusive home of the Upside Down Tent Event and Georgia's #1 Ram dealer. We have the most, we sell the most, so you save the most. Because we do deals the other guys just won't. Hurry to Landmark's Ram Power Days Plus.
Nobody beats Landmark. Nobody. Is your air conditioner blowing hot air? We can fix that. Turn to the experts at Carrier and ST Services. We've been installing and repairing air conditioners in Atlanta for 66 years. Need cold air? We can fix that.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured in an accident, don't drop the ball by letting the insurance company run all over you. I worked as an insurance lawyer for 10 years and I know their tactics and game plan. I'm Roger Orlando of the Orlando firm. Let our 30 years of experience tackle the insurance company for you. Our team will get you every dollar you deserve. So put the ball in our hands and we'll get your case across the goal line. Find us online at atlanta.law or call 678-LAW-FIRM.
Don't miss this amazing deal. Get 0% financing and make no payments for 90 days on the Toyota you've been looking for. Now at Stone Mountain Toyota. Buy a new 2017 Camry, new 2016 Corolla, or new 2016 RAV4 with 0% interest. And don't make a payment for 90 days. Check out our great specials at StoneMountainToyota.com. But hurry!
Stone Mountain Toyota, a great price, a great buying experience. Come in and have a cup of coffee with me today.
Is your air conditioner blowing hot air? We can fix that. Turn to the experts at Carrier and ST Services. We've been installing and repairing air conditioners in Atlanta for 66 years. Need cold air? We can fix that. Save energy and money with a dual fuel system from ST Services.
This week's Keys to Success is brought to you by Volvo Cars of Marietta, where you can always expect the best.
All right, Falcons out in Seattle. Bob Whitfield, what do you think's the key for the Falcons in this game?
Earmuffs, Bob. Earmuffs. They're going into a hostile bird's nest down in Seattle. So the Falcons have to not have penalties with that offensive line, having to deal with that crowd noise. So if they can handle that noise and have some successful offensive plays going down, I see the Falcons doing well.
I know you liked the crowd noise when you were playing.
Yeah,
but
and I love the crowd noise. But for the Falcons offense, they're not going to want to worry about the crowd noise.
Right.
They want to take the crowd out of the game by running the ball with Devontae Freeman. That's how I start this game out. I try to run. I keep Matt Ryan out of harm's way and set up the play action pass, but it starts with the foundation of running the ball right out this tough Seattle defense.
All right, let's see what Jeffrey thinks. So who's going to win?
This 4-1 Falcon team is much better than last year's 5-0 Falcon team. They're not going to fall apart. They're a contender. The offense is excellent. The defense is coming on. Take the 6.5 points against Seattle.
All right, that's the Volvo Cars of Marietta, keys to success.
Today's Hometown Team Report is brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, a higher order of pizza for your tailgating events.
Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs halfway home on the 2016 season. 6 games played, 6 still to go. What's possible over the final month and a half of this year for Georgia? Well, like with most teams that play in elite conferences like the SEC, it starts and ends with the quarterback in so many cases. And while Jacob Eason, a true freshman, is clearly way talented, there have been too many times so far in the first half of the year where he has looked like a true freshman. scattershot on his accuracy, not really sure where the ball's going on any pass more than about 20 yards downfield. But my gosh, he can make plays. And we saw that against Missouri. We saw that at the end against Tennessee. Well, going forward, you still have Florida. You still have Auburn, Georgia Tech. You even have to go on the road in the conference to a place like Kentucky, and that could be a landmine. Jacob Eason needs to show a lot of progress so that the considerable talent that he has, and we all know it, it turns into production. If that happens, Kirby, Dog Nation, everybody's going to be way happy. Now, back to the studio to mi amigo, Bob Neal. Take it away, brother.
Okay, brother, you're mi amigo. Also, he's mi amigo. Yeah, good. Yeah, it's always good stuff. How about you? What's the checklist? I know you've got a checklist over there for a struggling quarterback.
This is what it is, Bob. For a struggling quarterback, you have to start out with slap one of your offensive linemen in the head. He give up a sack, bust him in the head. And he does something good, bust him in the butt. But don't be stupid. You keep it simple. Do what you can do. Get down, don't take extra sacks, and don't throw interceptions. Keep the defense off balance. That's done through the running back. Call the play action pass, but let the running backs have good handoffs. And you are the starting quarterback. Just play, baby, and win.
All right. He sounds like a coach. All right.
It's hard to want to change anything about him, though. He's so exciting to watch in that final 15 minutes. I say don't change. Don't change. You keep doing you.
Okay, now we get to the serious part that you really want to know is who's going to win the game.
This is a tough game to pick, but being that this is my job, I have to pick this game.
Exactly.
So give the 14 with Georgia and hold your breath.
14 with Georgia? All right, we're going to come back in just a moment, continue with football's play to win, and talk about some outstanding players on bad teams.
You never know when the moment will strike, and when it does, you want to be ready. Mellow Mushroom's craft pizza, beer, and cocktails can help you enjoy a more satisfying eating experience. Mellow Mushroom is safe for daily use. If you find yourself sitting in a Mellow Mushroom for more than 4 hours, you may want to go home and come back another day. Mellow Mushroom is not for everyone. Just kidding, it is. Ask your doctor about Mellow Mushroom. He may want to come with you.
Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. The east and the west are mine. The north and the south are mine. All seems beautiful to me.
Lease the all-new 2017 Volvo S90 for only $499 per month at Volvo Cars of Marietta.
Look at this steak, just sitting there, taunting you. What's worse, it's not alone. It comes with this, or this too. Are you gonna do something about it? If not, good luck sleeping tonight. You can't fake steak. Longhorn Steakhouse. Tonight's special, great steak pairings. A center-cut sirloin with a choice of bacon-wrapped shrimp, baby back ribs, or Parmesan-crusted chicken. Only at Longhorn Steakhouse.
Scalpel.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just a TV doctor.
I never went to college. I don't do blood.
But now, thanks to Cigna, I can do more than just look the part.
Is that a foot?
We are the TV Doctors of America.
And we're partnering with Cigna to help save lives.
By getting you to a real doctor for an annual checkup.
So go, know, and take control of your health.
Doctor poses.
Cigna, together all the way.
Today's Fantasy Report is being brought to you by SD Services, serving all of Atlanta since 1949.
All right, time for fantasy football talk. That means Adam Brown. A couple of teams on bye this week.
Minnesota and Tampa Bay are on byes this week, so make sure you switch them out in your leagues.
Yeah, okay. How about since they are, how about the guys you're looking at?
So the guys I'm looking at this week, I really like Drew Brees coming off a bye, playing an awful Carolina defense. And I like Jordan Howard with the Chicago Bears with back-to-back 100-yard games. Matt Forte was the running back last year. They're not missing a beat with Jordan Howard. He's having a fantastic season. Look for him to have another nice day this week. And then, guys, Antonio Brown and Larry Fitzgerald are staples of fantasy football and in the NFL, right?
Yep.
But there's another guy that I really, really like this week. Cameron Meredith with the Chicago Bears. There seems to be a theme with the Bears this week. Cameron Meredith's coming off a huge game, 13 catches the last 2 weeks, taking over for Kevin White. He's opposite Alshon Jeffrey. I like him a lot this week, and also Delaney Walker
fourth on your list. Now, Cleveland, who they're playing this week, has given up 5 touchdowns the last 2 weeks to tight ends. So look for Delaney Walker to have 7 receptions, 152 yards and a touchdown. That's my prediction for the week for Delaney Walker.
How about your sleeper?
Another Chicago Bear.
All right.
Go figure.
Bear down.
All right. So we got Eddie Royal, right? Eddie Royal having a good season, 7 catches last 2 weeks each week. Jacksonville's defense is horrible. They're going to catch a lot of balls. Look for Eddie Royal, Alshon Jeffrey, and Cameron Meredith to have monster weeks. Brian Hoyer might be one of your top 4 or 5 fantasy quarterbacks this week.
All right, Dr. Anand Lalaji, Dr. A, is with us next on Football's Play to Win. Thanks.
Good luck, everyone.
Today's show is being brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse and the Georgia Lottery.
Is your air conditioner blowing hot air? We can fix that. Turn to the experts at Carrier and SD Services. We've been installing and repairing air conditioners in Atlanta for 66 years. Need cold air? We can fix that. Save energy and money with a dual fuel system from SD Services.
Announcing Landmark's Gotta Go Jeep Celebration event. We're jammed with Jeeps and they gotta go. And we price them to make it happen. Only at Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat, the area's fastest growing Jeep dealership. How? Because we do deals the other guys just won't. 455 Jeeps. 455 Jeep Celebration event deals.
Nobody beats Landmark. Nobody.
None shall stand against King Aragorn, ruler of the 12 realms!
The throne will not be yours anymore.
And who will take it from me?
It will be taken by fire.
This goat is not a myth. He cooks my meat!
Your hooves will lead your people.
Never.
Your goat is no dragon.
Your dragon is no goat.
Be the king of your castle. Win up to $100,000 300 times a day playing Keno.
Change has never been more powerful. We're rolling out our capable new lineup during Nissan's Year of the Truck and SUV event. The all-new Armada and Pathfinder, plus the award-winning Murano and our best-selling Rogue with intuitive all-wheel drive. Take on any terrain. Get to Nissan now for big savings, like 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models, or save up to $2,000 on Rogue.
Is your air conditioner blowing hot air? We can fix that. Turn to the experts at Carrier and SD Services. We've been installing and repairing air conditioners in Atlanta for 66 years. Need cold air? We can fix that.
Today's player injury and medical report is being brought to you by the Orlando Law Firm. Put a former insurance lawyer in your corner.
All right, time for the player medical and injury report. That means Dr. Anand Lalaji, Dr. A.
This week, we're going to talk about teams, their offensive lines, quarterbacks, and running backs. So let's take a look at the Falcons' offensive line. See, they're all green. One of the biggest keys to their success this year is their healthiness of the offensive line. Now let's take a look at the quarterback and the running backs. Matt Ryan, above average, low injury risk. He should be good to go. Tevin Coleman, Devontae Freeman, all green. You see how they're very healthy. They're all good starts this week. Now, let's take a look at the Seahawks offensive line. See again, all green, low injury risk, healthy, very healthy. Now let's take a look at the quarterback and the running backs for the Seahawks. Russell Wilson has come up to about 69% health, which is above average and low injury risk. The biggest concern is that Thomas Rawls is out, and Christine Michael is their only option at running back. Now, let's take a look at the Packers offensive line. They are pretty much all green, but the biggest liability is Brian Bulaga, who's at an elevated injury risk, which is kind of a liability. Now let's take a look at their quarterbacks and running backs. Aaron Rodgers, he's almost peak, and he's at low injury risk. The biggest concern is Eddie Lacy. However, James Starks will get the starting job, and he's at peak health pretty much and at a low injury risk. Let's look at the Cowboys offensive line. The biggest liability is La'el Collins. He's being replaced with a second stringer, and that's going to be an issue for the Cowboys in the next game. Now let's take a look at the quarterbacks and running backs. Tony Romo's not an option. Dak Prescott, stud this year. Look at his metrics, low injury risk and peak performance, as well as Ezekiel Elliott, low injury risk and peak performance.
Thanks, Dr. A. And now it is time for Ippolito's You Be the Expert. This season, be sure to visit our website, playingtowin.tv, and take a shot to be number one by picking this week's college and NFL winners against the spread. We'll be giving away Ippolito's $100 and $50 gift certificates to each week's first and second place winners. So make sure you come back early and often. Prove your football IQ by being the best at predicting college and NFL games. All right, what you're all waiting for, Jeffrey Schechter, along with the picks, next on Play to Win.
In football, as in the legal system, it helps to know your opponent. I'm Roger Orlando, and I used to work for the insurance companies. I've seen their playbook, and I know their game plan. If you've been hurt in an auto accident, call me at 678-LAW-FIRM.
Change has never been more powerful. It's Nissan's Year of the Truck and SUV event, featuring the all-new Armada and Pathfinder, and the all-new Titan and Titan XD, with America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Take on any job. Get to Nissan now for big savings, like 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models, or save up to $8,000 on Titan XD.
Do you suffer from irritability, boredom, and chronic cravings? Mellow Mushroom's craft pizza, beer, and cocktails are clinically proven to improve your mood and leave you with a full belly. Mellow Mushroom is fast-acting, giving you relief when you need it the most. Side effects of Mellow Mushroom may include salivation, euphoria, and an insatiable craving for more Mellow Mushroom. Ask your doctor about Mellow Mushroom. She may want to come with you.
If you've been seriously injured in an accident, don't get blindsided by the insurance company. I'm Roger Orlando, and I built a winning team to run interference against the insurance companies and get your case across the goal line. Call me at 678-LAW-FIRM.
Today's lightning round is brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse, now featuring great American steak dinner. Longhorn Steakhouse, you can't fake steak.
All right, all of us have been waiting all show for Jeffrey's picks. What are they?
Georgia Southern, there's no way they can stop Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech should run it up on them. Virginia's coming on strong. Take the 3 with Virginia against Pitt. Let's face it, Mara's a terrible coach. Washington State is coming on. Give them 6.5. They should blow out UCLA. Then you got pros. Say goodbye to Carolina. I think they're going to lose to New Orleans. The season's going to be over. I don't know why Washington's not the favorite in this game. Take the 2.5 against Philly. And Oakland's been playing good. Kansas City, who knows? Give the 1 with Oakland.
Now, how about a final thought?
Well, Bob, my final thought is Colin Kaepernick. He got his afro ready, back starting. They renegotiated his contract. So now nothing's to hold him back. He can do a good job in San Francisco, keep his protests going if he likes, but really show up and play some good football and let football be the talk.
Okay, good final thought. Match that.
Yeah, well, if you want to talk about people not being held back, I really hope that the tragedy is no longer holding Vic Beasley back. And this is the Vic Beasley that we've wanted since last year. He's proven that he's overcome tragedy well back in 2014 when he lost his brother and continued to be successful at Clemson. So I hope this new Vic Beasley is the Vic Beasley that's here to stay.
Yeah, we all hope it for him, too. Right. Exactly. How about you, final thought?
Well, I'm going to talk about the tragedy of Bob Whitfield playing in the WAC-12 and that nasty attack on Tennessee today. I'm on my way up to Knoxville to watch the Vols. Hey, we play Alabama. I'm keeping hope alive, but that was Bob had some real nasty stuff to say because he in the Pac-12 and Stanford sucks.
Okay, timeout there. Already called timeout at the end. Got to be quick. Timeout's quick.
Nasty. This is for the T, for Tennessee.
You got 10 seconds.
My final thought is?
Yes.
Ohio State's better than Alabama.
Ohio State better than Alabama. Jeffrey,
Tennessee's going to be better than Alabama.
Maybe we'll see in some bowl game.
Arkansas went up and down the field. They turned the ball over, but they went up and down the field last week.
All right, and my final thought is Michigan's better than all of them. And I have the final thought, so we get to go, and they don't get a comment on this. We'll be back next week on Football's Play to Win.
Today's show has been brought to you by the Orlando Law Firm, SD Services, and Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.